Hi everybody, it's Raven and welcome back. I have been trying to do three particular videos for, well, today will be day three. I recorded three particular topics 2 days ago, only to not feel really good about it. Had a friend watch it and it was rather disjointed. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna do it again. So I did them last night, all three individual, three different videos. All three had the sound missing. And I checked that my microphone was plugged in and it was fine. Um, so I already did a test run. So we're going to try this one more time. This will be the first of actually, hopefully, four videos I want to do. The first one is we're going to look at, I had someone ask me, is there a negative? I don't want to use the word dark because dark isn't always bad. Is there a negative um, alien type energy or being, soul group, or yeah, I guess like a soul group that is behind the fascist regime that is going on in the US, as well as, what's connected to it worldwide. This would be your reptilians, right? Draconians, that type of grouping, right? That I was being asked about. So I'm like, okay, let's look at that. Um, and so is there and are they responsible for keeping Little Orange alive? Because even with our best medical technology, I don't know. Well, this person also agreed that, well, we agree, put it that way. Is that enough to be keeping him alive right now? Now, I do believe that when you are terrified to die, that can extend you hanging on. And I've seen that happen with a family member. So I had a family member that lived a year longer than they were given the cancer they had. I think they were given like 2 to 6 months or something like that. I think 6 months, and it was like a year and a half later. So they lived a year longer than what they were should have. And so is it the fear of passing, the fear of judgment that's happening? Yeah, I think there's a piece of that. We'll look at that. The other part is there additional help coming from a more extraterrestrial race that is liking what's happening? So, I mean, we've heard the stories, right, of these races that want to enslave human beings. I mean, they've gone in science fiction as well as in, other circles. So, I want to look at that. So, I am going to use the stained glass tarot today. Um, It's a kind of marbly looking, well, it's stained glass, actually. um, and I apologize if the video is a little light. I do have an overhead light on so that I can see better, and this room doesn't get great light. Um, Also, it's a little dark and stormy outside, which I love, but it doesn't help when there's not bright light coming in through the window. Okay. Is there an alien race that is helping Little Orange stay alive? Is there an alien race that is helping Little Orange stay alive? Is he getting help from an alien race? Two of Swords. These cards also have like yes, no's, and maybes associated with them. And so I kind of liked these for that. They've got a lot of information on the card, like yes, no, maybe element, um, the astrology and stuff like that. But I'm really looking at Two of Swords. So this can be about having to make a decision, but can also be a painful choice in that decision. Can also be about avoidance. That's what it feels like. There was an agreement made, like a blind, because she has, hopefully I can see it, right? She has the blindfold on. Um, these probably don't show up the best on camera, so I'll describe them. Okay, so we've got a choice that was made. the world. Oh, yes, that's a yes card, but it's also about everything being fulfilled. Time is coming to an end. Time is coming to an end. And it's interesting, the timing on this card is slowly, and it has been happening slowly, right? The ending is coming very slow. Um, okay, what else do we need to know about this alien race that has made an agreement? Ten of Pentacles. So that's all about his legacy, right? His inheritance, generational wealth. Um, another yes card as well. Yeah, the agreement. So he made the agreement with Two of Swords. That is all about power, control, wealth, being better than everybody else. It's coming to an end, and yeah, the Ten of Pentacles shows what he agreed, what his belief was, that his his agreement, what he was getting out of it. Okay. So anything else about this race that is helping keeping him alive? That's too many. Although I'm kind of hearing take the star card, another yes card. That's funny, they're all yeses. There's the interesting thing. The star can represent a lot of things, but it can also represent hope. And I have to believe that first thing I got with this is our hope that everything I'm saying is right. Okay, I'm gonna go to show me these are Evil Eye Oracle. It's haters exposed, and it's kind of going into that nitty gritty of what's going on in a situation. So show me what is going on in this situation. Maybe it's the relationship between this race of nefarious aliens. Actually, let's give me the right cards and we'll figure out how it applies. Let's do that. Show me what is going on in this circumstance. Oh, interesting. You will witness their karma. Boy, that would be nice. But I think all the readers, myself included, is that he won't be held accountable in the physical world. Um, so the question is, who's witnessing that karma? Is it the alien race? Well, they will for sure. They have more connections than we do to the prison planets and the trials. What else is behind? Show me Lil Orange. What is going on with him in this contract? What else do we need to know? Oh, almost. Tap into your intuition. You already know. Well, okay. Yeah. And it fell right near the Ten of Pentacles. So I'm gonna basically, that's this, don't ask me stupid questions moment. Okay. I think that kind of answers the question there. So yes, we believe there is help. I've always believed that anyway, but I think this just confirms it. The other thing I want to look at was another question that came to me today, and that was many of us, right, we saw the Marco Rubio, we saw Lindsey Graham, we saw, oh, by the way, this is all for entertainment purposes only. Entertainment purposes only. Okay, there we go. And everything's allegedly, but we do have video, right, of these politicians saying how a con man is what little Orange is, right? How terrible he is, how he's gonna, they don't want their party of Reagan to be in his hands because he's nothing but a con man. Someone sent me the clip of Marco Rubio saying this today back in 2016. We also know that Lindsey Graham, right, was on talking trash and against him. And so the question to me was, what happened? I can answer that just as an intuitive, but I'll pull cards on it too, just to see if they coincide. They realize the power, their constituents, they realized the power Little Orange had over many of their constituents. There was a huge impact to going up against Little Orange, and they realized it. And they realized if they wanted to be reelected, that they had better get in line, right? That's pretty obvious, especially with Kinzinger and Liz Cheney, right? Do I agree with their politics? Oh, absolutely not. No. Do I give them props for standing up and doing what was right and going, this is wrong? Yes, I do. Um, they lost their seats. So, but the question, so that's the politicians, right? What about those regular people that are diehard Republicans and we're against him, right? No, he's a liar, he's a bully, he's this. And we're talking about the everyday people in our lives. And then all of a sudden he wins and boom, they're full on support, triple voting. And what happened there? Part of what I believe happened there is that they were still party over country and they were party over everything. So now it's like, oh, well, that's my party. However, let's go ahead and pull on this. All right, I'm going to go back to stained glass deck. Spirit, let's look at why the everyday people became full on Little Orange supporters, even when they initially called him a bully, called him a liar. Why did they fall in line? Why did they fall in line? I feel like nothing's falling out because we don't even need a reading on this. But all right, let's do this. Why did they fall in line? Let's do the card cutting since they're not going to fall out. Knight of Pentacles. They were committed. They're conservative and they came along very slowly, right? Knight of Pentacles is a very slow moving knight, the slowest one in the deck. The element is earth, right? So it's very foundational. It was foundational to their beliefs. Crossed by judgment, right? Were they going to feel judged about not supporting their party or kind of doing a self-reflection of like, nope, I'm a full-on Republican. I'm going to go this way. They had a passion for the party because this is a fire card, right? So yeah. What's behind is the nine, what was the Nine of Cups, right? This Nine of Cups is usually about happiness and achievement and, wishes coming true. It's a water sign. They felt very good about their party in the past, didn't think that anything like this could ever happen. But that went by the wayside. What's ahead? The Emperor. They decided to believe everything that was said. They decided to believe that, oh, it's going to be more stable. Things are going to be better. We're going to get bad guys off the street. And remember, this goes back to 2016 to now, right? Not just what's going on currently. The overarching is the Empress. They bought it hook, leg, and sinker. Again, it goes to that, it sounded very, remember in 2016, everyone was angry. Everyone was, we don't like the status quo. We don't like this. And so this new energy came in of like, yeah, let me take care of you. Very nurturing in a sense. So I know it sounds weird with Little Orange, but that fits to me. The foundation is the Nine of Wands. Again, this is fire. It's all about challenges. but the foundation became very fatigued, right? We all got very fatigued with from 2016 to 2020 and now 2024 to today. Um, it's a 9 in the numerology. That also means that it was an ending, right? It was the beginning of the end, is what they didn't see coming. So this will be a foundation card, but also kind of what you don't see coming. The energy is the 5 of Swords. So let's argue, let's fight, let's get into deception. That was the energy of everything, deception. It's a 5 card, transformation. The environment is 3 of Swords. I can't make this up. I'm sorry, I shouldn't laugh, but it 3 of Swords. All right, we all know what that is, right? Betrayal, heartbreak. The hope and fear is the Queen of Cups. The Queen of Cups is, well, water, one, it's cups, right? So it's very much about the sensitivity and the intuition and the healer in us, right? She is the ultimate nurturer, right? Kind of right up there with the Empress. But the hope is that that's what was going to happen. And obviously, the fear is what did happen, right? If so, imagine she's reversed, that would be the fear. And that's all about disloyalty, shallow, manipulative, which has come to light. The outcome is the 7 of Cups. So the 7 of Cups can be about choices, but in this particular case, I'm going to go with illusion, indecision, wishful thinking. That is absolutely the outcome of what folks who got in line, right? They flipped. That's what's happening. That's what happened. Many are waking up. Many are absolutely waking up. But really, if we look at the situation with this Knight of Pentacles, right, they were totally committed to this conservative movement. And that is what, basically was the big banner, the neon sign that said, oh no, I'm conservative first and foremost. But we see how that happened or how that worked for them. And some are always going to be there, right? I think that 25 to 30% that will never change. Hopefully in the future. I think I did a reading on this and I can't remember if I posted it, but I looked at this and I saw them kind of going underground, being the underground network again, rather than be mainstream. So, okay, I'm going to go ahead and end this here because that was 2 different types of readings. I don't want it to get too long. I know I've had people appreciate the kind of the getting to the point and keeping things short. So I'm going to stop this here. Thank you so much. Again, this was for entertainment purposes only. Please subscribe if that moves you. But definitely if you've watched the video, like it so I can help the algorithm get me out there. So thank you so much, and I will talk to you again soon.